Hello guys, it is Gead and there is a new card type coming to FC with Fellaini, Akinfenwa, Storage, loads more, and we have got early thoughts on how you're going to be able to get these cards, grind these cards, and it's to do with an early FC 27 leak. And on top of that, Path to Glory goes out of packs tomorrow, so we can start buying some of those cards. Also, how do we do the pack grind ready for the Great to the Game promo coming tomorrow, because you're going to want as many packs as possible, as well as so many leaks to do with not just Path to Glory, but the World Cup, including a Messi card coming in packs as a star performer. Let's jump into it. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic week so far. Not long left until the weekend. Who watched England, Croatia yesterday? What do we think? Who has been the best team in the tournament so far? England, Argentina, Germany? Who do you guys think? And as you can see on the screen here, sorry, it appears EA servers are down. EA servers have been down for hours now, which means a bit of a different one. Well, not different, but we're going to record it a little bit differently. Don't you worry, we have got everything when it comes. Look how many tabs I've got open. This is going to be a big one today, boys. But yeah, we're going to have to do it through FutGG, Futbin, all the content we just got, all the content we're getting, and there's just so much to do before Great to the Game, man. EA have actually delivered quite a lot for the World Cup. I mean, some things are missing. We'll talk about the tokens and the 100 token Evo, the 500 token Evo as well. But we've got to start, of course, as we always do with SBCs we got yesterday, because once again, another Showdown SBC, and it's another Showdown SBC that is massively upvoted, massively cheap at 25,000 coins. You can go and do both of them and not even put a dent in your club. But both Noah Lang and Bergvall are just not that exciting to me. You've got a Noah Lang card with finesse, rapid, low-driven, game-changer, incisive, ticky, tech, first touch, tricks, a quick step. Brilliant card. But at the same time, how many teams does this guy get into, right? I don't know how many teams this guy gets into. We've got a Bergvall as well. We just open Bergvall there. This Lucas Bergvall card, again, intercept pinged and nearly 9 Galangan stats with just shooting missing. Cool. Probably less of a chance of winning. You'd think Sweden against the Netherlands, but I think it's a pretty 50-50 game. Once again, add +2s to this card, and it's good, but not fantastic. But with what we've just seen with the Eto Gauntlet card, I think now's the best time, more than ever, to start going and stacking these player SBCs in your club that cost like 20k. You'll add them to a Gauntlet squad. I guarantee Eto will not be the last insane Gauntlet reward of this year. So if you're going to be playing Gauntlet and you didn't have squads for it, like, you know, this time around with Eto, go and do Bergvall, go and do Noah Lang. It'll be free with the fodder in your club, and it's fantastic. Now, you do want to save fodder for Great to the Game, but we'll talk about the SBCs coming later for that promo. We also got much more hype. The 1 and 3 FOF Path to Glory Team 2 player pick. This, in my opinion, is one of the worst SBCs we've seen in a while. Not in terms of value. Value is fantastic. It is 38,000 coins to get a 1 and 3 of the Path to Glory Team 2. The problem with this SBC is that we opened, I would say, 10 to 15 on stream yesterday. Again, reminder, get to the Twitch streams. What are you playing at? We all win about 15 of them on stream, and they're just shocking. Who is the best card we got? Maybe a Jordan Ayew, genuinely. Maybe a Robinson. Robinson's 28k. That was probably the best card we got. They're shocking pack weight, but bit of a gamble. And the 8x86. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because we need to talk about the pack save ready for Great to the Game. We're going to talk about the full Great to the Game official stats team, and also mainly the SBCs, right? We've now got all the SBCs and objectives leaked for all the icon cards. But of course, it's the biggest promo, really, in terms of packing the high-end cards. Like, bigger than Path to Glory, right? So, saving the 8x86s, I think it's crucial starting from now. You get 3 a day. That is, of course, 3 yesterday's content, 3 today's content, another 3 on Friday. And it means at Friday, 6 p.m, you could have 9 of these 8x86s to at least try and pack these super hard-to-pack Great to the Game cards. But it doesn't stop there, right? If you go to the upgrade tab, this is what I would do for everyone right now doing the pack grind. First of all, do not do the 89 Summer Tournament Historical Nations, any of the really bad gamble SBCs. Simply do the normal pack grind, which is provisions into dailies, right? So you do all your provisions, buy the cards, literally do all 7. Trust me, it's worth the coins. Buy the 85s if you don't like already have them. But then do the daily rare, daily common, daily silver, daily bronze. Do all that, right? Then don't do any player picks just yet. You're not going to do player picks until after today's content. So what you'll do instead is go and do as many of the 86 times 8s as you can, and go and do as many of just the standard upgrades. So for example, the 1084s, the 1085s, you won't be able to do all of them unless you're buying fodder, but you can do quite a lot of them. I'm not going to do the 100 players upgrade. I don't think it's worth it, and it ends up just cluttering your storage. But you know, it is definitely worth it in terms of it stacks more fodder in your club. But I mean, for a pack save, right? Trying to save like crazy packs. I just don't think it's crazy. With only one guaranteed to be 88 or higher. But you know what? If you've got the fodder for it, do it. The big one being the 5x77 is how you get those commons into rares. Make sure you are doing that, please. That is going to be such a big one, ready for player picks. So, today, if you've got any extra fodder, do double 84s. But after 6 p.m. content, you can then do all your normal pack grinding stuff, so do your provisions, your dailies. That's when you want to do player picks, because, of course, player picks means you can't do the pack grind. You save them last second. Try and get as many gold commons, gold rares in your club today, and at 6 p.m. content, you do the one more pack grind, ready for Great to the Game. And I would go and do as many player picks as possible. So, right now, it's the 1 of 5, 82 plus player picks. You might get another one, but, you know, I doubt it. It should be the 1 of 5, 82 plus player pick. You can, of course, 84s instead, do the double 84s. They're great for building fodder, but in terms of trying to pack high-rated cards, normally player picks, it's just a little bit better. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing anyway. I'm going to try and get as many of the big pack saves. Of course, they're the important ones. I do the 8x86s first, then I'll probably do the 10x85s and then the 10x84s. Do the big ones, obviously. And before we move on, we'll talk about it with the actual leaks later, but I should mention the 1 in 383 plus Summer Tournament Nations player pick. It's still there for another day. Yes, you can do that. The thing with that is not all the cards are in it, but you might have better weight because it's 83 plus. It's kind of personal preference. I would do the 1 in 582, but to be honest, it's kind of 50-50. Like, I'm not too fussed. And if you are still somehow going for Neymar, like I am on my account, maybe the 1 in 3 is better because, again, much higher chance of getting Neymar in this 1 in 3, I think, than what I've seen in these 1 in 582 plus player picks. But overall, yes, people are asking me, should I save tokens? Should I save champs rewards? And should I save packs for Great to the Game? I personally would. It is by far, and we've got it up here again, by far the most hyped team impacts we've had all year. Are they going to be packable? Probably not, let's be honest. But they're by far the most hyped team impacts. Again, we'll talk about it when we get to the full team. But evolutions yesterday, we got no new ones, crap. Objectives yesterday, we got no new ones, crap. Instead, the only thoughts are tokens. A lot of you guys are telling me, how do I get 1,000 tokens as fast as possible each week? How do I do like not the glitch, but how do I do the thing where you can carry tokens over? What about champs tokens? Let's talk about tokens. Because again, even though it's been out for a few weeks now, still the most hyped part of the game. And they should be for a good reason, right? So in objectives, you've got loads of tokens for all the Saudi Arabia, Republic of Korea, like all the objectives for Al-Awara, if you've not already done them. You got the Festival of Football Gauntlet bonus, again, if you've not already done the Gauntlet. And what you'll see is that most of them are still in the SBC swaps tab. Still got 300 there every single week. I think a lot of you guys will have. You still have 400 in rivals. So rivals and swaps alone is 700 tokens, which I think that's really easy, right? And you can kind of get the rest of them just from the objectives, like picking these next ones up. So the Gauntlet bonus 50 there, picking the rest of them up from Al-Awara. I think that's 1,000 tokens anyway. But a lot of you guys are wondering, how can you do it the most efficient? I'm going to break it down. So each week you can just do the same thing, right? It should be the same thing each week. All you need to do with objectives, swaps, and rivals is just understand when the deadline is for the tokens resetting. So tokens reset an hour before rivals. Well, no, I had to double check that, but it still makes sense. Tokens reset at the same time rivals resets. But what it means is, it means the same thing. Rival rewards will go to next week's tokens, if you get what I mean, right? Rival rewards and tokens come out at the same time, which means the 400 you get for getting 24 points will count towards that, like, future week, right? So you can't get the 400 for last week. So, for example, this morning, we just had the Rivals tokens, and that means that I'm now up to 400 tokens for the week. I didn't save any objectives because I don't need to, but still, I'm up to 400 tokens for the week. All you need to do, right, because swaps at 6 p.m. on Thursday, this swap section, if we go back to the SBCs, is at 6 p.m. on Thursday. These reset, as you can see. Where is it? It doesn't say, it just refreshes every 7 days. But they're there every 6 p.m. on Thursday, which means Thursday, 6 p.m., you can get 300 tokens from swaps. You can get 400 tokens from rivals. All you need to do is carry 300 tokens over as much as possible from the previous week. Now, you can do that in a few different ways. One of them is swaps. If you do your swaps, leave any of these. If you've got any of them right now, you can do them before 6 p.m. and that'll count towards this week's, right? It'll count towards next week's tokens. So you've got 400 from rivals, 300 from swaps coming tonight, and you could possibly do another 300 right now from the swaps that are currently there if you didn't do them last week. And that's what I've done personally, I think. And that means I could get 1,000 tokens at 6 p.m. content by just doing, some just before, do the rest of them after. I get 1,000 tokens. For most people, they'll do swaps a little bit like for both weeks, so you can't really do that. For you guys, all you need to do is try and see which objectives are there that expire after the token deadline. So, for example, you have this the Gauntlet bonus one that doesn't expire for 4 days, but the tokens are still there. So don't claim it or don't finish it or whatever it is, right, for the objective. Don't claim it, don't finish it. Do the tokens after the reset. You can complete the objective, just don't claim the tokens. So you do all the objectives, don't claim them until after the reset. Again, that Thursday morning time, and you can save them all up each week. It is as simple as that. People are overcomplicating it massively. It's as simple as saving the tokens from objectives, swaps as much as possible until that deadline. Save as many as you can while still getting 1,000 for the previous week. We still need more tokens in the game. I think this week we had a lot less than last week. I found this week a lot harder if you didn't have tokens. I already did. I did like this glitch last week basically, so I've already nearly got 1,000 for next week, or now with the new token reset. But yeah, carry tokens over as much as possible using the objectives, using the swaps. If you've got any questions, let me know down below. Of course, we can try and help you out there. And the only objective still recently has been the Eto card. Has anyone got him? I've seen such a low percentage of people in the free Discord that have got the Eto card. That we went from last night on stream and we got cooked a little bit. Well, not got cooked. We've done one of the rounds of Perfect Gauntlet. We've still got 2 more to go. It's not the easiest thing in the world, not the hardest thing in the world. But has anyone got that Samuel Eto card? Has everyone just swerved it off? And we're moving on to leaks for the rest of the greats of the game cards that are impacts. And speaking of leaks, boys, let's just jump right into it, man. So we didn't get too much content yesterday, but there's a lot of content coming to this game on FC26 and also on FC27. We'll talk about those Hall of Fame cards for Fellaini, Akinfenwa, Daniel Sturridge. There's loads of them, right? First leak we have got is that finally these star performer cards are coming to the game, and we kind of know when they are coming. They should be coming on the weekend. So Messi is confirmed star performer. Of course, this is not his card. If you thought it was, then I don't know, it's not his card. But Messi's coming as a star performer. I think Saturday at 6 p.m. content. It's not confirmed, but we do know is that they are coming the weekend, right? And we also know some of the cards' official stats and how they're going to look, right? They are going to be coming kind of like this. I don't think these are official stats. This is just Elise and Messi, but much more close to what they actually look like, where they have one playstyle plus based on their in-game performance. So Elise played a lovely through ball to Mbappe. Messi scored a lovely kind of finesse shot. The official cards that we've got, and the first two we have seen, is this Balogun and this Haaland, and this has me a little bit excited because look at the level of cards they're dropping with these cards. If they do this for like sort of every game or every man of the match, that is fantastic. It seems like they wanted to wait until Group Game 1 was out of the way. So they can do one set for Group Game 1. They'll probably do one set for Group Game 2, one set for Group Game 3, then one set for the knockouts, and so on and so on. But we've got a 97 pace, finesse shot plus Balogun with 95 shooting, nearly 90s and all the, 90s and all the attacking stats. And Erling Haaland with quick step. But let me tell you why this guy is insane. It is because if you notice, yes, they have one playstyle plus because you are customizing the rest of them. They get one playstyle plus and the rest of their playstyles is completely up to you, which means you get a Haaland card with no enforcer, acrobat, precision, power shot, and chip shot. So if it was your dream to finally make a Haaland card, he's got quick step, incisive, finesse, I think it'll be 3 playstyle plus, but then all the white playstyles as well, ticky, ping, right, whatever you want. You can now go and make an, in theory, super meta ratty like Haaland card and a super meta ratty Balogun card. And I think these cards are going to be in packs. It's actually not confirmed. It just says they are coming this weekend and they're official, right? It's actually not confirmed whether they're SPCs or in packs. I believe they're going to be in packs though, right? We've seen man of the match cards throughout the entire year been in packs with the orange cards and different things. I think they're going to be in packs, right? Which means they're going to be super, super rare, super, super expensive. And because people are going to make them untradeable to put, I know you can undo Evos now. People are going to make them untradeable to put playstyles on them. It would make them super duper rare because people don't really want to sell them if they don't have to. But let's see. Maybe they come as objectives. Maybe they come as SBCs. But it'd just be a bit weird if they do one per game and then they all come as SBCs. I'm not sure how that would really work. But Mbappe official card is also coming as well. So Mbappe gets low driven. Look at the state of this card. This might be the single, if they do come in packs, the single rarest card in FC26 until the rest of the year. Because Mbappe cards are always rare. International man of the matches or man of the match cards are always super duper rare. They're normally in packs for 2 days. Combine the two of them, this might be the rarest card we've ever seen this year. But again, surely this card has to come in packs. You can't drop this as an SBC. You can't drop it as an objective because what would the squad segments be for an Mbappe SBC that you can customize the playstyles for? Maybe what, 1,000 segments? You guys know what EA do. Remember the Schweinsteiger SBC? It would be 1,000 segments. But Mbappe, another one to come with Haaland and Balogun. So when we're saying about saving packs and we're talking about the pack grind that we're doing before, maybe the pack save is actually for Saturday. If these are coming at 6 p.m. on Saturday, what would you guys save for? Just the great to the game team on Friday night? Or would you save everything until Saturday night for these star performer cards? Of course, some more games have now been played as well. We've got the Argentina game to talk about because I posted yesterday's video just before the Argentina game, or I recorded it just before the Argentina game, and I got cooked. I was on about Mbappe being top scorer, and then Messi went and did what he did. But England, Austria, Ghana, and Colombia. Ghana with that last-minute winner, by the way. Shout out my Ghanaians. Inaki Williams and Ayew now getting a 99 stat. Does anyone have Inaki Williams, James Rodriguez, Konsa, Bellingham, Saka? They're probably the big ones getting a 99 in-game stat. I don't have any of those cards untradeable. Does everyone even have a Schlager, the SBC, Alaba, Munoz, or does anyone do the Livramento SBC, getting a +2 overall in the playstyle? Huge upgrades around there. I'm sure the big ones that you guys are aware. Inaki Williams, Bellingham, Saka, hugely expensive cards that with some 99 sub stats could go very, very nice. However, you guys know a lot of these cards get their 99 stat and then actually fall in price. So not looking to buy any of those cards, but they all got upgrades. England game was fantastic yesterday. I'm not a massive England fan. I just watched them. We obviously want the boys to win. 4-2, best game of the tournament in my opinion, although I've not watched them all, with a 4-2 over Croatia. And this is what a lot of people's minds are going towards. I put these videos out every single Friday night when we get these objectives for Hugo Sanchez, Alawarian, and maybe the most hyped one so far, a JJ Okocha. So good they named him twice, with all these cards coming down below as well. In my opinion, these cards down here are just, great for using the objectives because they're all from the African nations. But like a lot of these cards, I used them for the objectives and I put them into an SBCs. I mean, some of them look quite cool, but I use them as objectives, put them into the SBCs and kind of forget about them. The JJ Kocher card, still, I hate this card design, how it doesn't have like the little point at the top. It has that flat gold card design, but still, it's a pretty cool card, JJ Kocher. We'll see what the objectives are going to be for him. It should be a similar difficulty to, Hugo Sanchez and Alawarian. I wouldn't expect anything crazy. But that drops tomorrow night as well, so another bit of grinding everyone needs to do to get a step closer to Maradona. And I wanted to ask you boys, right? How hyped are you for Diego Maradona? Out of 10, are you bothered? Are you not bothered? I feel like everyone's Talked about that Maradona card so much, and now no one really cares. But yeah, Okocha, incisive, low-driven, ticky, and technical. The stats aren't crazy, but JJ Okocha is just such a nice card in game, right? 5-star skills, beautiful. I don't know. I like JJ Okocha cards. Probably not going to end up using him and probably won't be too meta. But still, we'll go for the grind. We'll get towards Maradona. And then what we mentioned before with Argentina, and still Erdegaard, Norway getting the win as well. What is so nice with Path to Glory is that the SBCs are out after the upgrade. So everyone knows McAllister's getting a 99 substat. I don't believe we've got his substat yet. Oh, we do. They just got added recently. Okay, so McAllister gets +4 long shots. Emi Martinez got that +7 reactions. When we were talking about Emi Martinez card, a lot of you guys were saying, what if he gets 99 reactions? There he is. Someone go and try this Emi Martinez card, who we now sold all of ours for between 170 and 190,000 coins. Made some crazy profit there. Shout out some of you guys if you bought along with us. But he's now 190. Does anyone use a 99 reactions Emi Martinez yet? I don't have him untradeable, but he should do okay. We got Simeone, got +6 vision to 99. Not the best stat upgrade. And if you guys bought Simeone with me, I'm probably still holding because I think they'll easily get out of the groups and get a +1. I think you'll get another 99. They'll probably win all 3 games. Not guaranteed, obviously, but maybe win all 3 games. And you could see this card again go to that 120 and 30k. But if you want to start selling yours, you can sell them at 109 to 115, 19,000 coins on lazies, and you will eventually sell them. So I'm going to take some small profits there. But you got +6 vision, which is nothing crazy. And one of the better upgrades we've actually seen so far is the Erdegaard with Jesus God, +6 agility to a 99. If you want to go and do that Erdegaard, he's a little bit better now with 96. And I think the card was already fantastic. Although, I've heard people say in-game he's not the best. So maybe not the one. By the way, I knew my words got I got 99 short passing. I did not realise that he already had 98 short passing. That is an absolute joke. The one big card I've packed in Team 2, and they give him +1 to his 99, but whatever. And also Wolf, not about the crossing. Who cares about the crossing? I just want to say, if you guys have bought that Wolf card at discard when he was in packs, and we said it was our favourite discard card, he's now up from 12 to 16.5 thousand coins. A brilliant investment there. I would actually think you can hold a lot longer if you do want to. If you want to liquidate and sell some of those Wolves off for 16.5k, go for it, and we can reinvest in some other stuff. This is where we start getting into the really big stuff. So first one, on Friday, tomorrow night, a 91 rated striker evolution. This one, again, we don't really talk about buying cards for Evos anymore because we've all got chains, we've all got crazy untradeable cards. We'll talk about that next year, FC27. However, go and check your clubs for a 3 playstyle plus 91 max rated striker evolution. Hopefully, Fridays were great to the game, gives us some icon chem. That would be fantastic. Makes them that great to the game rarity that looks so nice. My favorite card design this year, or at least one of them. And hopefully just a great evolution, right? I love great Evos on Friday night. A lot of hype. Everyone races to find the best ones. And look, right, some guy put in the comments saying, does this card fit? And yes, this Luxor card does fit, which means if this card fits, so many cards will fit. Probably not even any like stat or play style requirements or, max 11. So if she fits, loads of cards will fit, which means it should be a fantastic Evo. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's wait and see until tomorrow night. But it should be a fantastic Evo. And yeah, let's talk straight into it then. Let's talk Hall of Fame. This is the big one. We've got some early predictions, right, for what we think this is going to drop like, but Hall of Fame is coming to FC27, and we have got cards leaked like Fellaini, Daniel Sturridge, Balotelli, Akinfenwa, and Alexander Pato, and I believe there might be some more coming, but we'll have to wait and see, right? Starting with Fellaini, maybe the most hyped one, I don't know. Everyone's happy that, from what I've seen on Twitter, that Fellaini's coming back to the game. But yeah, Hall of Fame seems to be a sort of rarity in between. Like, well, not even in between, just below heroes, right? You're going to have Hall of Fame, then heroes, then icons. So yes, Fellaini and Akinfenwa are not on the same level of Hazard, but they're kind of like cult heroes, right? I'm waiting for my Divock Origi cult hero Hall of Fame card to drop. Hopefully he drops. But I really like this as a concept, and we've got a little bit of an idea of how these could be dropping in FC27. Now, one of the ways I've seen suggested is they could be pre-order. That would be crap. If they come as pre-order, I would hate that. I think making someone pay for these cool cards is crap. But another way is, do you guys remember the collection book system that got leaked a few weeks ago? So remember when we got all these leaks, right? With one-click SBCs go into an SBC point system for FC27. I bet you guys forgot about that. We've got signature and numbered cards coming to FC27. I know everyone was a little bit split in the community when it came to these signature and number cards. But one of the biggest ones that everyone was happy with was collection book was coming back to FC in testing, and there'd be some sort of group reward. You have to complete the collection, and it would be a fantastic new addition to the game. It's a card collection game anyway towards the end of the game, and hopefully they do it well. Well, what a way to do it would be, imagine you had, for example, a Premier League, England or Liverpool collection, and you got a cult hero card, one that doesn't change the meta too much, but one that is a beautiful card that everyone would want in the team. Imagine you got Daniel Sturridge for doing the England collection, or Marouane Fellaini for doing a Belgium collection. Is this any, what's the percentage likelihood this happens? I don't know what it's going to be, but is that not the perfect set of reward for collections, right? They said that before that if you get, a Real Madrid collection done, you would get a Real Madrid card. So it could be Fellaini for Man United, it could be Sturridge for Liverpool, it could be Balotelli for Man City. I mean, I don't know about that Liverpool kit then. I have no idea, but I think these cards tie in so nicely as like sort of a collection reward. I think it'd be a fantastic new addition to FC27. But so far, obviously you've not got any stats for them. All that's being tested is these cards in FC27 to come as Hall of Fame cards. So again, Balotelli, Fellaini, Pato. Which one are you guys most hyped about? Is it Akinfenwa? Who remembers end of an era Akinfenwa SBC a few years ago that everyone went and completed because they gave him crazy stats? He could come as like an EFL collection book reward. I have no idea how EA would go about implementing this. One thing I will say is I like the idea of Hall of Fame. I think there should be a place in the game for cards like Fellaini, but obviously he's not a hero and he's not an icon. I think a better way to do it, or another way to do it for me, imagine they had a FIFA Hall of Fame cards. They've kind of done it with Abarbo, Gervinho, who don't really feel like heroes to me, right? Victor Abarbo is not the same level of player as Eden Hazard, but he should be in the game, in my opinion. Make him a Hall of Fame card and maybe start adding more Hall of Fame cards. Who else would we have? Who's a FIFA GOAT? Who remembers the guy from Dortmund? What was he called? Emre Moore, the bronze guy with crazy pace. He should be a Hall of Fame card. Cards like that should be Hall of Fames, not heroes, not icons. And I think it's a fantastic addition coming to the game. And I wanted to tie this in together because this came out very recently. Another new FC27 leak that I am I am so happy about this, but I don't know what you guys are going to think about it. So FC27 league, Rush might be, not confirmed, again, not confirmed, Rush might be removed from Ultimate Team for FC27. Rush would still be in the game, but through open world only. So of course, you've got that crazy open world game coming to FC27 where it's like NBA and there's a, whatever. Will people actually play it? I have no idea. But this confirms that Rush would not be in the Ultimate Team where it shouldn't be. You should not have to do Rush to complete objectives, in my humble opinion. But it should be in the open world system, which makes much more sense for a Rush game, right? Your boys jump on, maybe you don't have enough for pro clubs, you only have 2 years, 2 years on, there'll be 2v2s, right? I think 2v2s is what's going to be coming into the open world. That would be fantastic, and I think it should kind of replace Rush, but it kind of would be Rush, right? Maybe not replace it, but it would be Rush. I don't think Rush should be in Ultimate Team. I think it's a janky game mode that means if you don't have people to play with consistently, you end up relying on other people to complete potluck to get your objectives done, and that is not a very good system. But maybe some of you guys love playing Rush in Ultimate Team. Let me know, but for me, I am so happy that's getting removed. And of course, where is all the hype right now? It is with Great at a Game, and especially the SBCs that are coming for this promo. So we have got a Great to the Game full official team league. We spoke about all these guys the other day. We got that Rivellino card now, who looks fantastic. The Xavi, Iniesta, Cruyff, Henry, whatever, all really cool. I remember I said that some of these cards were not in the World Cup. So for example, Puskás and Bale, just the 2 examples there, not in those 1 of 3 83 plus player picks, but they would be in the 1 of 5 82 plus player picks. Although let's be honest, they're probably going to be in neither of those 2 player picks. These cards could be insanely hard to pack, but the reason and the only reason I want to bring this back on screen now and talk about these cards when we spoke about them yesterday was FUT Champs tokens and rewards. So in the FUT Champs shop now, you will see if we scroll down, we have for 650 tokens or about 11 wins, we have a 3 of 12 93 plus player pick for the promo team. And we scroll down even more, or I guess up even more to the higher rewards, we have got a 10 times 93 FOF Path to Glory Team 2 player pack. Now, why is this huge? Because it could be the exact same rewards. And 850 tokens, at least across 2 weeks, is not the hardest to get. If you've saved even a couple hundred tokens, imagine the scenes if we could get a 10 times 93. Because forget all these 92 rated cards at the bottom here. Even if we go back onto this, right, and zoom in, let's say you got Lizaru, Barnes, Close, Voller, Schneider, Khan, and then Drogba. Let's say that's what, 7 or 6 cards there. Yeah, 7 cards there with Lizaru, right? So 7 cards there. You've already got yourself an Oliver Kahn, a Drogba, and a Schneider. And let's say 3 more cards. You even got Alarm, who's pretty crap. Maybe you got, I don't know, who are the bad cards? Maybe you got another Casillas. If there was a 10 times 93, I think they have to change this because you would like almost guarantee crazy rewards. Now, I get the argument for having crazy rewards. My point is just look at the state of what Champs rewards could be like if a 10 times 83 does exist. And if a 3 times, 3 of 12 92 plus player pick exists, you might get what? Like if you got bad rewards, maybe a Kempes, Zico, and Lahm, right? And getting Kempes, Zico, and Lahm, if you got bad rewards, is not the end of the world. And actually getting a chance at these top 2 row cards could be fantastic. So everyone's waiting with bated breath for what Champs rewards are going to be on Friday. EA have a huge potential here to do something fantastic. The problem I've got is I actually have a thing where I think they're going to just put, Path to Glory cards in. I don't think they're going to change anything. I think they're going to keep it as Path to Glory cards, and they're going to have it as, these 3 cards change. And we don't even know what these cards are yet, by the way. We don't know what these 3 cards are. But I think it's just going to be Path to Glory cards in the top row, Path to Glory packs here. They're still going to have the Encore icon pick. Maybe they update the Encore icon pick to have Great to the Games in. Maybe they do that, but who's taking those Encore icon picks anyway? And I think, yeah, I've got a feeling you're going to wake up, well, not wake up, because it's going to be Friday at 7 p.m. But yeah, Friday at 7 p.m. when Champs Rewards reset. And we're going to look at this store, boys, on stream. We're going to be really excited. And it's going to be the exact same rewards, just with some of the cards down here. But if not, and they do update it, it will be a fantastic weekend for once to play FUT Champs and actually get rewarded for the gameplay. Especially if you get, like, I'd say 8, 9, 10 wins and above, it'll be a fantastic week for FUT Champs. If they do something cool with rewards, we will see on that Friday Twitch stream. Get yourself there while we open all of our packs, and hopefully they save some decent rewards for us. But the big one, the one that everyone probably looks forward to, the SBCs and objectives we can actually go and get. And I've seen so much negativity around these cards, and kind of for good reason, I guess. I don't know. Great to the Game promo has so much hype, and while some of these cards are fantastic, they're just not up to the level of cards in packs at all. When you think about SBCs, right? Gakpo, Erdegaard, Pedro Neto are 3 cards that would be super expensive in packs. Baresi just doesn't play that well on this game, has 3 playstyle plus. Marquez is actually my favourite card there. This Marquez card, maybe not the most hype, but I've used some of his other cards this year, and they play absolutely fantastic. You've got Baby Rivellino and Baby Kempes, which may be more hype because they're new cards, but don't look crazy. Hadji looks like a little bit of fodder. Sorry, my Romanian boys, but he looks like a little bit of fodder, which is crazy to say cards with those stats are fodder. Just some cards don't move that nice in game. Hadji's one of them. Don't shout at me. I'm sure he'll be a really fun card in game. Don't shout at me. And Donovan even looks okay, just not to the levels of the cards in packs. The big one, of course, is Figo. And again, we spoke about Figo the other day. Fantastic playstyle plus and fantastic stats. Just, again, like Hadji, doesn't move that nice in game. But I hope I'm wrong. I will probably complete all of these SBCs, or at least most of them, and use them in game and try them out. And I hope that Figo comes on Friday and we can try him in our FUT Champs run. I hope I am wrong. I don't know. I don't know when Rivellino and Kempes are coming. Maybe they'll come as like a player pick because they're, 2 new cards, like the Messi Ronaldo one at Team of the Year. But I just think that SBCs and objectives for this Great to the Game promo could have been like otherworldly if we got the Puskás and Iniesta as Xavi. One of these top 2 roll cards, make them expensive, make everyone be able to grind them, make the pack grind really, really nice. And I guess that will decide it as well. How good is the pack grind going to be for Great to the Game come Monday and Tuesday when there's not much else to do on this game and everyone just wants to pack these high-end cards? And if nothing else, do all the SBCs kind of for free using the pack grind. Well, of course, with a new promo coming into packs, it means we have an old promo going out of packs, which means Path to Glory Team 2, probably time to buy. You guys asked me for cards to buy. I think it is finally time, and I think I'm going to be boring, but I would say some of the lower risk cards look so fantastic once again. There's a couple higher risk cards that you are gambling on, definitely are gambling on, but could do fantastic. Callan Hoglu is certainly one of them. There's not many cards, even in the Great to the Game promo, that look up to the level of this card without upgrades. He went down loads because Turkey lost a game against Australia. They were expected to win. But if you guys back Turkey and think they could come back and even win 1 or 2 of the games, win 1 and draw 1 and get out of the group, Callan Hoglu is a fantastic investment if they get out of the group. Now, that obviously is a bit of a gamble, but 470 or 460k, if you can get some bids and some snipes on Callan Hoglu, a fantastic card for the price. Emi Martinez, fair play again if you bought him. You can sell him now for 195. He got 99 reactions and he went up even further because people think now he's going to be one of the best goalkeepers in the entire game. And I don't even mind a little bit higher risk again, and I'm Eric Laporte, because he is pretty fantastic in game with a few upgrades. He's missing Bruiser, he's missing Quickstep, he needs that 4th playstyle plus. But again, if you're going to back anyone in this tournament, even though they drew the first game, Spain, you would be pretty confident would at least go through to what, quarterfinals? You know, be hard pressed to think Spain won't go at least a little bit far in this tournament. And I quite like Eric Laporte as a centre back investment for that. But there's so many cards down here I'm really a big fan of. I'm going to call out a few of my favourites and 2 of the ones straight away. Premier League fullbacks, we love them. Munoz and Anthony Robinson, almost the exact same price. Both cards that you would think would do really, really well in this tournament. Anthony Robinson, for example, with USA, winning 4-1 earlier on. Is he the best card in the game? No, but Premier League fullbacks with that kind of stats, who are pretty much guaranteed now to get out the groups, you would think is a fantastic investment. Again, everything here now, you'll see some of the cards up a little bit. Anytime you look at a card, get them on bids, get them on snipes, get a Robinson at 26,000 coins or a little bit lower. Same with Munoz, try and get Munoz below 30,000 coins, right? Try and be a little bit savvy about this, because sometimes the cards only move up 5 or 10,000 coins, as you see with that Simeone Argentina card. So you want to do as best as you can. Those 2 Premier League fullbacks look fantastic. And then bit of a rogue shout, I'm not sure how much I love this one, and I would go with the other ones we've mentioned, but an Iran Kunde, if you can get him a little bit cheaper than this. They won that first game. He was a big part of it with that goal as well. 96 pace now, the 99 sprint speed in his first upgrade. All they need to do, and I keep saying it's like famous last words, but all they need to do is get a draw, and they are through the group stage. This guy gets a +1 to a 95, and then gets another 99. Well, probably won't get another 99 stat. I just don't see Australia winning all 3, but get a +1 to a 95. We'll go to 97 pace, 94 shooting, 93 passing, 95 dribbling, and 95 physical. And I just think that card would then be crazy, crazy good, and maybe even just go to 35 or 40,000 coins. But yeah, you do need Australia to draw a game and might be a longer term hold. And very quickly, the last 3 we'll talk about. Lee Kangin, if you can get him sort sort of like below 400,000 coins. South Korea looked fantastic in their first game. You bit of a gamble again. You need to at least draw one game. But that card of a +1, if they get out of the group, 97, 97, 97, 97, 91. I don't think people have quite clocked on to how good that card is with 4 Playstyle Plus. I think even at 400,000 coins, that's a little sneaky one that people sort of don't realise, that they just have to get out of the groups to get that +1. And all of a sudden, that card's now looking like top end level. So I think I'd get a sneaky couple of Lee Kang-ins if you can get some decent prices. And again, more of a gamble on this one. But Gvardiol, if they get out the groups, once again, will do very, very well. People have obviously sold him because Croatia lost to England, but they've got Ghana and Panama next. You would pretty much expect them to beat Panama. Again, shout out my Panama Rizians, but you'd expect Gvardiol and Croatia to beat them. And then you'd expect them to beat, Ghana as well. So Gvardiol, maybe a little bit more risky, but I think below 400,000 coins is not too bad there as well. And a little shout out to Kessie as well. Kessie's almost more fodder at that 94 rated. If they win another game or get a draw, again outside the group, and you've got a 95 Path to Glory card, if you can get him below 30,000 coins, he's a little bit safer as well. But Kessie should be doing fantastic. Again, all the ones that you're waiting for the upgrades for, you are holding them until all the group games are done, which is quite a long hold. You're looking at like 2 weeks, I think. So make sure you're choosing cards that are best for your budget. But once again, the best method right now is still buying these cards on bids and selling them at content time on lazies. And everyone I know who's doing that is making like 200,000 coins a day. So just buy these cards at 13k, sell them 15 to 19, and just do that with like 100 of them on your transfer list. That is still the most broken way to make coins. Same as 85s as well. 85 have spicked. They've spicked back up to like 1.5 thousand coins at content time yesterday. They're now back at 1.3, 1.4. Once again, buy them on the weekend coming up, sell them next week, and you'll double or triple your coins again there. So having coins on this game is actually so easy now that I think about it. And we'll talk in tomorrow's video about a potential market crash coming with FC26 because, of course, the Great to the Game promo cards, all icons, look ridiculous. Will cards like this Vicky Lopez finally crash, or do we believe they'll do absolutely fine into the weekend? But boys and girls, have a fantastic end to your week. Shout out to you guys who have just finished exams, A-levels, GCSEs. I'm sure you absolutely smashed it. And take a look at my fantasy team on screen. I got cooked in game week 1. I'm getting cooked in my own league. I made some horrible decisions. Kane captain saving me. But yeah, subscribe if you are new to the channel and these videos do help you out. And I will see you all in a bizzle.